Let's get into it. Coach Colin here. Guys, this is a funny one, but I gotta start it off with saying violence is never the answer. Now, I'm saying that as a Trump supporter. Most Trump supporters, when you see these rallies, these people, Trump supporters, are not violent, right? We're depicted as white people who are very violent. That's how all of us conservatives and Trump supporters are made out to seem like. I am not violent. I am white, though. I identify as white. You know, respect it, or you're a bigot. You know how that goes. But but what we have here today is some regular, typical Kamala Harris supporters. And guess what? The vibes, the joy that Tim Walsh and Kamala are talking about, the vibes that they're going to bring back, the joy that they're going to bring back. For some reason, their supporters don't have any of it. It's really weird. That's what's really weird. So I'm going to show you some clips today of some Kamala Harris supporters absolutely unhinged, just attacking people because they want to. It's absolutely ridiculous. There's going to be some swearing in the videos, but I'm going to bleep it out. So let's just get right into it.
You love Trump?
What?
You love Trump?
Yeah, why? Stay away from me. Stay away from me.
Piece of shit.
Fucking weirdo.
And from there, an altercation ensues. Now, I don't want to show the legit violence, but just the way that this all went down. This guy's just walking, minding his business. He's not doing anything. He's not saying anything. Some random dude in pantyhose and a dress, typical Kamala Harris supporter, and a mask on, hey, it's 2024, man, grow up, just says, do you like Trump? And just look at the demeanor of this guy. You like Trump? He's like, yeah, why? And then just silently starts walking towards him. What are you doing? What is this? This is so crazy. And then, I can't make this up. Again, I don't want to show the violence. But this dude here starts screaming rape when this guy decides to start fighting back. It's insane. I can't believe it. Just so unhinged. And this isn't the only clip I have to show you, ladies and gentlemen. This is crazy. This guy didn't do anything at all. Brought out the pepper spray pretty quick. It's like, this guy had it. This guy had it ready. This guy must live in Portland or something. This guy for sure lives in Portland. He's like, I got it. I do support Trump. What do you got to say about it? This guy, right away, he had to pull it out. And look what happened. The guy just started chasing him and actually started fighting him to the point where people had to get involved. And obviously this guy was really mad, because who wouldn't be? You know, you have a shirt on or some kind of patch or something that signifies that you're a Trump supporter. And the next thing you know, you're getting attacked on the street. You got to spray somebody with pepper spray. And just how discombobulating it must be to have someone in pantyhose and a dress run at you like a linebacker. Like, I mean, this guy's got a sprint on him. I mean, it must be easier to run in pantyhose. You know what I mean? I don't know, ladies. I've never done it before. I'm not a leftist, right? So I don't put on pantyhose all that often. But it must be it's a little freer. You're in a dress. It's just, you know, it breathes well. You just sprint on somebody like this. Absolutely crazy. All this guy's doing is just streaming. He's literally just walking down the street, streaming, filming himself, because that's what he does for his audience. Absolutely ridiculous. Move on to Exhibit 2. First exhibit. Exhibit A, man in a dress. Exhibit B, this guy with this gut. Let's go.
Take one to no one?
You should try it.
No, thank you, hot girls.
No
thank you, hot girls.
He'll be in jail by the time he gets elected president.
Thought you didn't like the police.
You.
No thanks.
They're angry people. They are so angry people. They're angry.
You could go to jail.
They're angry people.
Oh,
Like,
good.
sir.
I'm sure they're in favor of you causing a bunch of bullshit.
Poor thing.
Have a release sign for you.
That's assaulting what you're doing.
Take one to no one?
Why don't you try it?
No, thank you.
Look, this guy could have kept walking. Could have kept walking. Absolutely amazing. And look at him. He's clearly ready to fight. Clearly ready to fight type 2 diabetes, but also wants to fight a bunch of Trump supporters who just have a table set up and are probably trying to just give people information. Absolutely ridiculous. And also just yelling at a lady. And also just not in a position to fight any of these people. Like that guy right there. That guy right there versus this guy right here. Let me tell you something. It's a white boy summer. I don't know if you guys know. It's white boy summer this year. Okay? You don't want to play around with a guy like this. The glasses say it all. The jawline says something else. I mean, I'm just saying. I'm giving you the breakdown here. This is not some guy that you want to play with. Okay? Look, they're all ready. And he just swings at somebody. He just feels like, I'm going to swing. I don't care. I don't like the camera. I don't like Trump. And again, I've said it a million times. And I'll keep saying it. When these people encounter people who support Trump, they decide that all the empathy and sympathy and all of the pleasantries of being a person, a civilized person, go out the window because they know they will never be in the vicinity of Donald Trump himself. So when they see us, they see Trump and they act accordingly. And they think that this is the way to act. It's absolutely unhinged. Could you imagine? What'd you do today, honey? I took a swipe at this lady. She had a phone and they liked Trump, so I took a swipe at her. And I could have hit her and I maybe knocked her out and I'd be in jail right now. But it's okay. The dog went to the washroom twice, okay? Yeah. Are you just crazy? Crazy. And he probably went home and just said, oh man, some people started with me. Oh, you know, those Trump supporters, they got in my face, yeah? Yeah, they got in my face. And then the last one from Adam Francisco. I've covered this guy before. This is Adam right here. Adam recently had this happen to him. And I gotta say, this one is absolutely hilarious. I love this one.
What are you drinking?
Coke.
Got to stay hydrated.
Exactly.
All right, so you're voting for Donald Trump.
Yes,
How come?
because he's the best for the country. Because he's the best for the
Look at this
country.
weird guy.
Yeah,
He's never
yeah.
lifted a weight in his life.
They call us weird.
Are you really going to hit me? Are you really going to hit me? You want to go to jail for assault? You look like
What's wrong with the Democrats?
you look like
today?
Thomas Crooks. You look like Thomas Crooks. You're crazy. You better get out of here before you get your ass kicked. What a psycho.
What's wrong with the Democrats?
You're about to go viral, motherfucker. We got that on camera. Little soy boy. What are you drinking?
That is amazing. Let me tell you something. Let me just tell you something, guys. Okay, I'm very worried about Kamala Harris being in power, but let me tell you something. If that is what's trying to usher in communism in America, don't worry, guys. We're good. We're all good. Don't worry. How are you a grown man and how did he learn how to run in slow motion? How did he do that? How is it that he's walking on pavement, but he's running on sand? How does that work? How did he do that? He's talented. This guy runs like a 4-year-old. Oh, God. The guy's dressed like a 10-year-old. The guy looks like, in his face, looks like he's 40. He looks at least like he's 39. And then he runs like he's 4 years old. How does that work? Wow. Absolutely amazing. And again, this guy wasn't doing anything. He wasn't even standing with the flag screaming about Trump. He wasn't even doing that. He's just talking with another person. And for all this guy knows, this weird soy-infused man, for all he knows, this guy right here could easily be a Kamala Harris supporter. He could easily be a Kamala. And they could be trying to have a civilized conversation. He's like, nah, F that. I'm going to throw up the middle finger and I'm going to run at him like I'm an angry toddler. This guy's spirit animal is a toddler. How does that work? Look at him. The guy barely even tried to stop him. He's like, okay, I guess you're going to hit me. And then the guy came to his senses. He's like, I've never hit a person in my life. I don't know what to do right now. I'm angry. I'm angry because I saw Trump's name on a flag, but I've never thrown a punch in my life. I don't know what to do in this situation. I have no clue what to do right now. I'll just throw up the middle finger. That's what badasses do, right? Yeah, that's what I am. And again, this is another person that's going to be like, man, this Trump supporter was messing with me. He was messing with me, man. Oh, you know how they are. Oh, did they attack you? Almost. Yeah, almost. Yeah, but I stood my ground. That's what he's going to say. And then they're going to be like, Mark, we just saw a video, and I'm pretty sure we saw you running like a toddler at somebody. No, it didn't happen like that. Mark, we saw the video. You were running like a 70-year-old man stuck in sand. How did that happen? Mark, just pack up your stuff, okay? You can't do that anymore, okay? Take your pink shorts. I don't even know why you're wearing pink shorts. We're at work here, Mark. Because Kamala Harris, the vibes. I put on pink shorts. Mark, you have to go. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Did you talk to him about running like a 4-year-old? I did. Mark, you have to go. That's your supervisor. You gotta get out of here. You leave the Wendy's, Mark. Mark, leave this Wendy's now. Look at this guy. The nerve, man. But again, if this is what we're up against, guys, a dude wearing pantyhose and a dress, you know, I mean, running like a linebacker though. I gotta be like, look at that bicep on him. Look at that bicep on him. You know that guy walks into places and says, "It's ma'am." Okay? It's ma'am. Guy's built like me and he's like, "It's ma'am." That guy we might have to worry about, okay? But this guy, we don't have to worry. Don't worry. Communism's not spreading that far. If this is who's spreading it, they ain't spreading it that far. They're not going to do that well. I can tell you that much. Oh my gosh. But honestly, like I said at the beginning of this, violence is never the answer. Absolutely never the answer. And the fact that these Kamala Harris supporters are turning to violence at the drop of a dime is very concerning. Very concerning. I was going to say absolutely unhinged, but very concerning first and foremost. You don't want anything to turn to violence. That is not what you want to do. Obviously, you want things, election, you want it to be free and fair. You want to do your part, vote for policy, vote for the person who is not cackling like a, let's be nice here, cackling like a well-dressed witch. That's nice, right? Yeah, I don't know. You just you don't want to be violent. Don't want to be violent. It's just funny how, people like Maxine Waters, she had a quote where she said, Trump supporters are up in the hills, training with firearms, preparing to attack communities of color. That's a real thing that she said. And it just said it with a straight face. And the person on MSNBC, of course, was just like, It's so crazy that the right gets branded as so violent, mainly because a lot of people on the right, like to train with firearms, like to be prepared in that sense and like to take that very seriously and don't want to be all unprepared or ill-advised with a firearm. That's bad for everybody. You don't want that type of thing. But, a lot of guys do practice, and a lot of guys do jujitsu and martial arts and things of that nature. But these are the real violent people. Jordan Peterson has talked about this before. He said it before, and he talked about how and Joe Rogan has as well, the real people to be scared of are weak men. Weak men are the real problem, because when weak men come into power, a strong man has been humbled. A man who does martial arts and trains with his firearm and protects his family and all that man has a relationship with God. That man, and usually that is a lot of Trump supporters, that's a lot of the MAGA population. That man is very humbled. That man understands the power that he has and doesn't want to turn to violence. But the guy who's weak has this odd thing where if they get into power, Oh, yeah, you hear that. When they get into power, they do stuff like that. They turn right to that, and they think that's the thing to do. You know what I mean? They think they really think that is the thing to do. And if you give people that power, if you give people like that the power, they will run amok. Absolutely run amok. When you look at the real dictators, the Hitlers, the people in power, when you look at them, a lot of them, they are not prepared for violence at all, but they are all too prepared to throw their young men and women into war, into places of crazy, unthinkable violence. You know? That's why someone like Tulsi looks so good, because she's actually been in that. You know? You look at Tulsi, you're like, oh, that's somebody who understands, really understands, right? That's why I have respect for guys like Tim Kennedy and Jocko and Rogan and all these people, because they're actually prepared for violence, and they don't want the violence at all. They don't want it. They don't want that to happen, but they're ready for it. Guys like this that are willing to do this type of thing, these guys are the worst. Honestly. I'm not, this is not hyperbole. These people, look, you think you could walk somebody down silently and aggressively because you just figured out they're a Trump supporter. That person's very dangerous in society. You know? It's just like, you know, during the pandemic, who were the people that really took advantage of that power? You know? They were like, oh, that person has, their mask is a little lower, a little too low for my liking. I'm going to go over there and tell him what's what. And it's like, you're just a regular person. What are you doing? Yeah, I know, but still. You give people like that too much power. That's why Kamala Harris, honestly, you know, I'm making jokes here and everything, but that's why Kamala Harris is very, in my opinion, from my view, very scary, because she is somebody, not just the Marxist stuff that she brings up, not just the socialist VP that she's chosen, but the fact that she has locked people up, and she's done it badly. It's not like she was this very just and very fair person. She wrongly convicted many people. They stayed in jail for a long time. And when the courts needed evidence that would have them be released or exonerated, she withheld it until she was subpoenaed. That's not a person you want in power. You know what I mean? You don't want someone in power who's used to being the person who just goes, and this is a quote of hers, with a swipe of a pen, I can put someone in jail. You don't want somebody who's used to having it like that, where they just go, oh, I'm the person who puts people in jail. I'm the person who makes the decision. I'll make the decision. You go to jail. Bye. You don't want that. You really, really don't want that. Anyways, guys, back to a lighter note. No, where's my boy? Oh, that guy's my boy. Come on. Look at this guy. Just one more time for the people at home. Oh my gosh. I hope this guy doesn't get fired from his job. I really don't. Because if this guy has to go work manual labor, he's done. He's done. Let me tell you something. I've worked a lot of labor jobs. Pink shorts don't make it. I gotta tell you. The pink shorts, they don't make it. I like the color. I do. I really do. But someone walks in, you're doing order picking, you're doing some real labor intensive stuff. Pink shorts don't make it every single time. Anyways, guys, like, subscribe, turn on the notifications. Helps the channel tremendously. And other than that, I'm out.